when I look at East African politics, right, you get the sense that the youth are standing up. Yeah. We also saw some time back crazy protests happening in Uganda. Of course, the ones last year that happened in Kenya. Kenya Kwanzaa, they've been very often. Yeah. But what does this show you as an artist, as a thinker, as a creative, when you look at the youth, rising up and they're saying, you know what, we're not going to just sit back and watch injustice happen in our countries, in this region. What does this tell you about youth from a creative's perspective, from an artist? How would you judge the situation?
It tells me that wamechoka, and the fact that they've also been awake their lives to see that the current system isn't working, and we need an overhaul. Sasa swali ni, what kind of overhaul are we going to do? Because I feel we can't say tunatoa the elected officials and then to other elected officials like in the same system. We need like a complete overhaul. But I don't know how that looks like. It's something we need to sit and collectively think about it, and rethink how we see leadership in, not even in our country, leadership as a whole, leadership of a society. How do we want the society to progress? Vile, just a few, because we are the ones who give these people the power, and it's minafraya sana that wase, like, as in sifraya ati people are dying, but I'm very happy that people are standing up and have the courage, because it takes a lot of courage to stand up to injustice.
But let me ask you something. Let me cut you short, because even the way I'm looking at Mama Samia Suluhu's situation, the way she checked into power after, of course, the passing of the late president. People thought of her as a progressive leader. She had a sense of fresh air, she gave the media guys a lot of more freedom. The youth thought now they'd be able to engage in a more freer society, but now look at her, right? You get the sense that power, once she got the power, this is when the real Samia Suluhu came out, right? So is it that power corrupts? What's really going on with these East African leaders? Because even if you go to Sudan, the crazy things that are happening in Sudan, right? Even in Kenya, I remember there was a senator, who had a crazy proposal of Atisju extending the presidential term limit to 7 years, and those kinds of things. East African leaders have a crazy reputation of holding on to power.
True.
Museveni, we know his situation.
He's still around.
You know what I mean? So what do you think is happening to East African leaders, and power?
Maybe power corrupts, vile watu husema, but pia maybe we also as the people need to curtail the power that we give the leaders. And then sasa wakiingia tusiwache wajiongeze more power, because like what Mama Suluhu is doing, she knows it's wrong. I think watu wanakufa, and vile tu umeuliza like what is it with East African leaders and power, I ask myself, if I was in that position and
of leadership
and felt all that power, would I be the same? Would it actually change me? Is it something that is fundamentally wrong with all of us that we need to address? Or it's like a crime of opportunity? Like Ilya, you see, now that I have this, I'm not sure if I'll ever have it again.
It's true.
Because I don't know if you've had that saying in like during election periods where unasikia wanasema huyu mtu anasema akiingia ule aliingia kaiba tu juu alikuwa anaogopa atapata kura tena, and you thinking, so the point of them running for an office wasn't to actually serve the public, it was to feed themselves.
There's somebody who said that. Shout out to, what's the lady's name? My friend Juliet Odhiambo. She was here, like, I think, Juicy. And she said, you see, most of these leaders, they come from a background of trauma. They've seen so many problems in their lives until when they get a bit of power, it's just about accumulation, because you're fearing you'll never get this situation again. Your kids are probably going to suffer. So you wanna, you wanna engage in some sort of corruption for the sake of your family. So they come from a sense of scarcity a lot of the time. So I agree with what you're saying. However, of course, the majority of East Africans and Africans in general, I mean, youth. 70% of Kenyans are youthful. Yeah. And so there's this narrative of the future belongs to the youth. In 2027, it's the youth who have to take up these leadership positions. And my question is, since you've already tried to make us look at this thing from an interesting angle where, power corrupts, do you think if the youth get access to this type of leadership, they'll get into probably MCA positions, MP, governor, senator, even president probably. Do you think there'll be a better version of society? Or they're going to be even worse off than these current leaders? Because, well, don't ever get it twisted. My thing is, these same youth, these leaders that we call out are our parents.
Yeah.
They are their parents. So, do you think the youth are going to be different? I mean, listen, it's society that is rotten.
I honestly think we need to change the system, how we view the system.
What's the system? What are you talking about, the system?
Like, unakaa vile tumesema, you haven't said that the leaders, the youth that are going to come up with like a different system where we don't have a president, we have a committee. Or we don't have a committee. We have like
a monarchy.
or like we have like what's it called? Small committees that make up like
the presidency. Like it's a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's a bunch of people.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like the current vile imesetiwa up.
Yeah.
It has been set up so that pia watu pia wanataka ku. There's something with humanity and. Like we are both satisfied, but one of us will feel more satisfied if they have more than the other. It's not that what they have doesn't suit them. It's just that they want more so that they can feel better about themselves, and they feel better about themselves because they know there are people who have less.
Right.
So I feel that thinking also needs to change. And also looking at it pia too just from sisi wananchi wenyewe. How many times ukitembea tao, because hata mimi nikitembea tao, I've done it before, I do it. How many times do you blind yourself to the street urchins, people on the people by the corner? Like, and yes, I don't know if you've had stories of these people have been put there to make money. I don't know how true that is, but also there's something that eats at me. Like, I want to help, but I'm also thinking, am I truly helping, or am I giving to someone else who has put this person here to earn money? There's so much rot that we have that we need to cut out before we can say that
okay, let me
will change.
I understand what you're saying, bro. So okay, let me just rephrase this question now. Do you think Kenyan youth are ready for leadership as it is right now?
I want to say I'm not sure, because I haven't, from on a one-to-one level, I haven't interacted with the youth. Although when I say that, and someone mtu akiniona anaweza sema mimi pia ni part of the youth, so I don't know how that works. But honestly, I don't think so. But it's not because I think it's because we have a problem with our values. Sisi wote as Kenyans. Like what do we value as Kenyans? Unajua, like, because unaweza pata mtu anataka like to get into power. Yes, you want to change the, but you also want to feel as if you are in power.
Exactly.
And that's not the point of leadership. The point of leadership is to guide a group of people into us, like in a certain activity, or like show them okay, so hapa hivi tumeshindwa kufanya, tutafanya nini, because we can't all make the decision. We need one person to take the, and I feel like values zetu haziko aligned vile, na feel bado hata wakikam ni kama, I don't want to mention like names, but kuna say during protest walikuwa come up, and then later on ikakani kama ameenda side ya nini, the other side,
the sellouts.
So unajiuliza if hawa ndio pia tulikuwa nao kwa streets, because enyewe walikuwa kwa streets. It's not like they were doing it in their beds. Na bado wakaenda hivyo, like shida iko wapi?
Everyone has a price, bro. See, that's what they usually say. Poverty is the problem.
So if poverty is the problem, then we should try and fix that. Hakuna shida hiyo mado, unajua.
So let's go back to the arts. when it comes to storytelling, poetry, music, a culture, do you think we can actually use these mediums to shape political awareness? And are we using it? Are we using art and culture as per their full potential when it comes to shaping how we go about political conversations, especially amongst this youthful generation?
In some of the spaces that I've been in, where like there's been like a book launch and then they do like a panel discussion, or say an artist, a spoken word artist has been featured and then they do like a panel discussion afterwards, I usually feel like the arts have a chance of changing the political landscape of Kenya.
Yeah.
Kwanza, like, because art ukiangalie na the art that the Kenyans have made.
Yeah.
And then uangalie art that other people have made outside Kenya. Just the consciousness that art brings to like avid consumers. Na si consumer tu ile ya nimeenda show nimebambika ni hivyo, unajua ni ile ya you engage with their work, like sema kama mtu ameandika about say, I'm trying to think of an example, like an encounter with like the police, right?
Yeah.
Now maybe you've written it as a poem. It's something that once mtu amekaa chini amesikiza, unaweza anza kujiuliza, okay, but why does this happen?
It's true.
Why do police have a tendency of stopping young men like uko magizani with the intent of kuwatoanisha?
Do you think, and that's beautiful because obviously the youth, we consume a lot of art. So do you think if we have a singular voice, if we have the same purpose, we act with the intention to say maybe we're going towards a certain direction politically, we can really create a lot of change?
Yeah, I generally...
Do you think that's what's going to happen in 2027?
No, I don't. But it's because I'm a pessimist, and I remember back when I was first voting. Was I first voting or second voting? 2013. We voted 2013, no?
2013 and then 2017 and then 2022.
Yeah. So 2013, back then I was in college campus, right?
Yeah.
So at that time, before I started talking to people about like their political views, I used to think maybe like the people my age, as in they are not thinking on tribal lines. Najua like mstena niuliza mse, who are you voting for? Aniambie mimi navotia Uhuru. By the mbona votia Uhuru? Aseme mimi unajua mimi siwezi votia Raila, ajua yeye ni Mluo. Like and sadly during that period, like a lot of people who I spoke to while in Patia that vibe, and it broke my heart because I thought we are the change. And I came to find out we are not the change.
So youth are actually tribal, huh?
Like back in 2013, the people I knew.
So
in terms of their voting. But like right now, I honestly wouldn't know because I haven't been exposing myself to large swathes of people. Because anyway, lazima uonge na watu tofauti ndio ujue the political climate.
So let me say something on that one. Me, I think that Nairobi youth are not really tribal. Unfortunately, the other parts of the country, the youth in other parts of the country, because of poverty. Yeah. And because of obviously now the way these regions are, strategically located or whatever. Some of them are bound to vote based on tribe, based on party lines. Like any place here, ODM.
Yes, but suit.
Orange only. I'm only going to vote for the orange. This is a place for Jubilee. So outside Nairobi, I think there's still that problem going on. Now, we have to talk about Raila, bro. You know what I mean? So, as an artist, right? When somebody of Raila's stature, a leader of that magnitude, passes on, and then we look at the influence and the impact that he's had in society, right? Apparently, till today, you get many Kenyans are still flocking Kango Jaramogi. That's in Bondo. When you reflect, when you look back at his life as an artist, What's your thinking? What's your school of thought? How do you perceive a leader like this from a poet's point of view?
So first off, I would say I have never thought of him in that way, in that regard.
Yeah.
But mostly because one thing I feel interacting with artists, I have come to realize and tell myself is even these big figures, they are people, you know?
They're just as human.
They're just as human. It's just that they were able to do at their time feats that we see are accomplishments, like that are huge accomplishments. Sasa nikiangalia like Rao's life, because ameingia the political arena like at a very young age, na amekuwa a mainstay. The big thing ile mimi nilikuwa najiuliza ni sasa hivi ame pass, as in, you know, there's no, like, he used to be used as a scapegoat a lot, unajua?
By other politicians.
By other politicians, you know? So first of all, there's no scapegoat. And then pia I don't think I've been trying to I was speaking with a friend of mine after now his passing. We don't think as there's a political figure in Kenya ule anaweza pass ama ule alipass ule anaweza garner that much seme adoration and like I'm looking for other big words but zinanipotea, but like unaget influence like ile hadi hakuna politician ule anaweza kuwa alikuwa na so many playful nicknames, unajua? Tinga then akakuwa baba, then hata alikuwa aitwa Rao, unajua? It's nile he was such a big figure like in the political arena, and hata he had his hands in cookies jazz zile hata si hatujui, unajua? Like, because currently me, I wouldn't say like I knew exactly kile alikuwa nafanya just before his passing, as in like politically, like his alignments kama alikuwa amesha seti, unajua? Yes, alikuwa amejiseti to a certain line, but like he was very quiet.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting how people usually say, I saw some guys talk about how Ati Raila is a spirit. This is before he passed on, because he was such a mystical figure, you know what I mean? His moves, you couldn't really predict some of the things that he was doing in any number that he would do. That's why even people would term him, refer to him as an enigma. You know what I mean? Do you think we're ever going to have a leader like that ever again? These ones are just like...
I would pray we don't.
What?
Because, no, because...
That's interesting,
Yeah, because I feel we don't need enigmas and we don't need like big figures in politics. We need people to come and work.
Yeah, we need collective effort.
Like I would love it to figure a place where we know the people in elected office because of their works, not because of how they move.
Yeah.
You know, not because of their flamboyant speeches. You know, like mimi ningetaka niko najua unachiki James Kamau. Wow. Umsetangwa electiwe. Like vitu zimechange, like roads have been paved, all the schools around that area amehakikisha improve the infrastructure, ameweka basketball courts, and you know, like he's actually trying to uplift the community. See ati mtu anakuja like he's a figure. We don't need a figure. We don't need a figure.
Let me tell you one thing. Irauka, you know, it's interesting because I'm so happy that you're here. As a young Kenyan, and I've seen many young folks talk like you. Most youngins, let me put it like that, they don't like that energy for somebody is larger than life. You know
in
what
politics,
I mean?
No, in politics we don't need larger than life.
You know why? So it's
you know,
it's fascinating that you get, you know, okay, these things I feel like they don't bamba most young guys because obviously because of the era that we're living in. It's a very it's everything has been democratized. Everyone is somebody. Social media has made everyone have a voice.
Yes.
And so you don't want anyone else to speak for you. What you're looking for is institutionalism. You want systems that work. You don't want personality politics, isn't it?
Yes.
And I think it's a challenge, by the way, for the system right now as we continue moving forward. You know what I mean? This thing for thinking that we will have an Obama moment.
We should stop waiting for an Obama moment.
We're never going to have another Raila an Obama who's going to save us. What we need to do is just strengthen institutions so that they can work for Kenyans regardless of who's president or not.
Exactly. Like inafai kuwa ni kama if you go to like your favorite bakery and like they've had like a baker there for like 10 years, and then your baker ende. The next days, the thing should not change. Like where hata ufi kujua baker ali change.
But at the same time, let's be real. In fact, you see that the awesome thing about Ryland, one of the things that I'll always remember him for, is because he opened up the space for conversations like this to even happen. He's the father of our constitution. You know what I mean? He's the reason we have certain liberties in our country. Right? So that one, we have to give him his flowers. Multipartism. So moving forward, people talking about how they are going to be kingpin, queen pin. There's nothing like that. The only kingpin we have now moving forward after Rao is the constitution. The constitution equalizes everybody. I love it. Sawa, let's keep it moving. 30 minutes after 8. Before we wrap up, how do you deal with your own creative roadblocks? How much should I say silence moments where you just don't have anything, you don't have the energy to create good stuff, you're not inspired. When you look around you, nothing really fascinates you, nothing really pushes you or motivates you to write good stuff. What's your ritual like when you get to those places, some of those moments?
I have learned to accept those moments and not to tie my worth to what I create and whether I create or not. So because those moments might hit me from time to time. When they hit me, earlier on, I used to get so down in the dumps, and I just beat myself. I'm like, why am I not writing? But then I came to realize, first of all, I need to be kind to myself. I'm not writing because like nothing is there. Sometimes you feel like there's nothing to give, and at those moments, I take a breath. First, I have to realize I'm in those moments. Because if you don't realize, unaweza jipata, you're digging a well that dried up. Unajaribu kuandika, lakini you don't like what you're writing. So I sit in those moments and I just consume.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I consume now hip-hop, hip-hop and rap. I consume a lot of an artist anaitwa Aesop Rock or Rap Ferreira, because they write very in your head type rap.
Conscious rap.
In your head type rap.
Funny, there's a difference.
Conscious rap gives it inipatia some air, it's like, conscious rap, but it's,
in your head,
because kama like Aesop Rock has a song where
Aesop Rock
Aesop Aesop
okay, I don't know him. I'll check you, I'll look him up.
AESOP ROCK.
Oh, interesting.
So he has a song where he just describes an encounter where he goes into like his New York apartment and finds like an intruder, and that's the whole song.
Okay, fascinating. So what do you want people to feel when they consume your work? And then you can also drop a piece for us real quick.
So what do I want people to feel? I don't think I have any one thing. I hope that my words move people.
Yes.
I hope they actually make sense. Because at times I feel like I'm just untangling static in my mind, from my mind's head, So it feels like it's static, and I've given people static, and how are they supposed to get this, And I hope they have space to hold the writing. I feel sometimes I can be a bit cryptic, and my writing needs like more time to consume.
That makes a lot of sense. I like that. You're a deep guy. So you want to drop a piece?
I'm trying to think of the piece. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
let's go.
I am learning Latin to commune with the dead, attuning my head to the false facts I've already read. History isn't immune to the lead, skewed to look to the lead like something worthwhile to look back on. Why does the Bible have a King James version? The same reason I'm spitting a Frankenstein verse in place of a sporadic writing session with the SI, the mess I make, pen to paper. It's like my hand has no sense at all. When I take mental notes, I do it in cursive. Akili ni cursive, vile na strain kupass these thoughts sans acid na nisikam flaccid. Aggressively passive when I'm passive aggressive. Stick to my guns, my palms, sweat adhesive. Am I a free spirit or am I just impulsive? Paint absurdism as you would paint a chasm. Sway to self-induced muscle spasms. Brush strokes don't matter. Let the hues meander utter. I must insist. Time is like incest, it's all effing relative, like the paint splatters of a Pollock. Is it art or did he just peddle bollocks? I walk off and keep it walking, like Christopher, hawking these metaphors. What's his obsession with being metaphor? I metamorph a meteor into a bust with a chisel and dust gets carried by a gust. Epiphanies, disguised as peonies. My fingers lead me to believe I could be a pianist, gently tickling keys, jangling, dangling keys, seems like galaxies to an infant. In fact, I know enough to know that I know nothing, still unearthing. Barefoot hippie just learnt earthing. The brave die once, I've braved countless deaths, boundless depths. I dove in quest for acceptance from myself. I still haven't found it. Acceptance from the crowd then leaves me confounded. Name a project, F the unwashed masses.
Jeez.
Then have it crowdfunded. Philosophical pundit, lost in thought while I bake a burnt cake, then pump fake, like I only need one take.
No two takes. So let me ask you, bro.
Yeah.
What's that one truth about life? As a creative, as a poet, that you had to learn the hard way?
Life has to be lived. The only way out is through. Like, you have to live life. You can't not live life, you know? Even when you're not living life, you're still living life.
Yeah.
So you just have to find a way to get through it.
Damn.
You know, even the hard times, hata afadhali useme nimejeka kwa cocoon, lakini unajua you're still living life, you know? Because time doesn't stop. Yeah, so I think that would be the one thing.
I love it, bro. I love it. For me, that means a lot. Yeah, because, you know, sometimes we look for shortcuts, nini, but you just have to go through this situation. You have to live this life.
Yeah.
You know, you just face it as it comes through. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming through.
Thanks for having
have you got any projects you're working on?
Yes, I am working on a musical thing, like a rap thing. I was hoping to be done by today.
What?
So that I can give you like a sample. But
I know, man. That would have been amazing. We would review the songs over here. So you're actually a rapper as well?
I've been delving into rap.
Yeah.
Because I love rap. And I feel poetry doesn't have as much replay value as rap.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, because I'd like to just hop on a beat and just... So
let me tell you something. When you're done with your work, just come through. We're going to review, and I'm going to slot them into my playlist.
Yo, okay. Hey,
Yeah. Why not?
On site.
But anyway, bro, thank you so much for coming through.
Thanks
for having me. It's been real. How's your weekend like? What do you usually do on the weekends?
It depends. If I have work, so what I do for work is I am a home baker. I make cakes for a living.
Nice.
Yeah, so if I have work, which I do have this weekend, so I'll just work on cakes during the day. Then in the evening, just chill in the house. If I don't think I have anything coming up this weekend.
So tell people how they can reach you for push your biashara, bro. Put your brand out there.
Yeah. So if you are in the market for cake, look for me at toothies_KE. Toothies, that is TOOTHIES_KE on IG.
Nice. Good stuff, dude.
Yeah.
And then, of course, your creative brand. What's your social media?
It feels like this is another conversation but about the creative brand. I have like a different persona now that I am hoping to share. Let us hold that, and then when I come I will share that.
It's all good man. Take your time, bro. Thank you so much, you guys. Be blessed.
Nishukuru sana pia mazee.
Nice one. 22 minutes after 8, you guys are coming back with more stories right now.